Warning! Some users may find the following video disturbing, so if you fucking don't like it, deal with it. So give this video a fucking like. Hello and welcome to the game of KSP here. We're here on the moon where we landed last time a couple days ago, live. We are live streaming this. But today we are getting back to Kerbal today. That's our main goal today, our main mission. Our mission is to get to Kerbal. Right now, we'll go to the cameras here. Sorry about the right cam. The right cam's a little bit glitched out. It's supposed to be showing the ground. But we're going to be heading out in about 60 seconds here. And we're going to be heading to an altitude of 25 kilometers around Mun. And we're going to be heading to, what's it called? To Kerbal. And doing a entry. Oh, I guess we're taking off now. I guess that 60 seconds went through. Wow, that was a quick 60 seconds. But we are going on through. You also hear the landing gear getting pulled up. And all that stuff. All the goods. And we lost communication for some reason. Oh, there we go. Now we got communication back. Some reason. It's showing us our night side of the moon. But we are exiting, getting into our orbit right now of 25 kilometers. And then we are going to be approaching towards Kerbal. And then you're going to see, hopefully see our separation. And then our pod will be heading directly into Kerbal's atmosphere and do a perfect landing. So right now in our orbital map right here, for people that would like to see that going on, here's our orbital map on what's going on here. We have our trajectories all in place, everything's ready to go and set. Right now we're just waiting for our craft to get at its proper altitude for going into a back to Kerbal here. But I hope you guys enjoyed this series of Kerbal mission to Mun here. We finally succeeded in this mission, and we're gonna end out this entire Let's Play series here of Kerbal Space Program of Mun, the mission to Mun. And we're gonna start a new series in KSP. I'll let you guys know that right now. We will be starting that one, and we're gonna do a career. And we might also do another one of these style of just sandbox and launch whatever craft that is really nice on the workshop. Right now we're just working our way up, and pretty soon we're going to be warping our way up to the proper altitude here for this maneuver that we are going to perform. And then head back to Kerbal. After this long mission here where they spent 3 days out on Kerbal here, gathering rocks and data, as much supplies as they could. As we're waiting for this, we'll head back to our cameras on our craft here, so you can see our Mun there. Right now we are, I think, entering it pretty soon, our proper warp here, where we're gonna pretty soon see us start burning back to Kerbal. Which will be happening in a minute and 22 seconds from now. Now we're gonna start our burn heading to Kerbal right now. Or doing a orbit around the Mun here at 140 kilometers. We should be at 25 kilometers. But that is okay. We are still going to be able to do a perfect trajectory to Kerbin here. Should be all good. And we have a perfect maneuver set up for us. And that will be happening pretty soon here. We will be having a warp to it. So you'll see a nice little just zoom real quick with the moon. There's the moon. Or mun. And our burn here will happen within 2 minutes. Or a minute so. Till we have our maneuver to then start burning towards Kerbin. Right now you do see blackness. I will make it so you guys can see the stars. There you go, you can see the stars. Just making sure our trajectories were all correct here. As you can see, this is our maneuver nodes here on what we are doing. Right now we just got about a minute to go until we get a burn that will get us into that ascending orbit towards Kerbin, and we will have us land there and retrieve our Kerbins after their mission for 3 days. Well, this was a 4-day mission in total for them. We'll figure out the exact amount of time, space-time, in a little bit once we land back at Kerbin. But in IRL time, it was 3 days that they spent in on the Mun. And they're going to be heading back now. So we'll make it so you can see the camera here. These are the cameras from our craft here. On the right screen, we will show off the burner right here. You will see the burner and Kerbin there. You will see those engage when we do the maneuver and burn towards Kerbin, which will be occurring in about 1 second. What's going on? And 7 seconds is happening now. And we should be on a perfect trajectory with Kerbin here. Don't know why that's open. But we should be in a perfect orbit here to then leave Mun and start rendezvousing into Kerbin. Right now it's just loading us into that, and we are now in a perfect ascent to Kerbin here. We do have our cameras. We do have one camera out right now. We'll solve that for you. There you go. You get to see our little moon saying goodbye to the Mun there after having a successful journey in flight from Mun and back. And it looks like we are landing in the dark time. Yeah, it is going to be on the dark side of the Kerbin that we are landing on, so we will try and capture as much as we can as our burn in, but we will do our best here at Stu's Space Industries. We'll now see our nice little stars there. And perfect. We will have a quick little warp here from Mun to Kerbin till we get to our point of where we break away from our back pod and move on with our escape pod and land on Kerbin, which is going to be very soon. In about T-minus 10 seconds. And we are on a descent with Kerbin there. As you see, Kerbin on the right now showing up for us as we are gonna start coming in for our descent and breakaway. And we will see us engage our engines for one last burn to start being a on point coming back to Kerbin. So you'll see us now engage, be a couple second burn here, and we'll be on a entry to Kerbin. We will be landing near, I will be able to find out for us, we will be landing actually right near that is Sandy Island. We are actually landing very close to Sandy Island, but it will be at nighttime, and we will try and capture as much as we can, as I said before. Pretty soon you will see the breakaway happening and commencing, where the escape pod with our Kerbins breakaways from our pod, well, our main mission. But at this moment right now, as we are speaking, we are transmitting data, our last minute data, to Kerbin with all of the science stuff that we have collected on this mission from Kerbin, or from Mun to Kerbin, and Kerbin to Mun. But the pod will break away in about 5 seconds from now. As you heard there, that was the beginning of the breakaway, and it has broken away. The escape pod is now on its own in its world of Kerbin, and our mission will be a successful mission, and we will retrieve our Kerbins after being in space on Mun for 3 days. This has been a real blast of a mission here. Everyone could see this right here. This has been a blast of a mission for our Kerbins. It's been a difficult challenge for us to get to the Mun and get our Kerbins back. But I hope you guys enjoyed these Let's Plays of getting to Mun here and the journey on how we evolved over the times and the space industries here. But yeah, we're gonna be coming in pretty soon, and you will see the burn, the red hotness around the heat shield there, and we'll start having the parachutes and recover our Kerbins. So we'll be switching back to our cameras here on the left there. That is our original pod. We'll both have our cameras back. As you can see, we have our last minute transmissions of the last stage. That is our last transmissions that we are going to be getting pretty soon before it cuts out and we no longer get any more data from them. Seems like we lost connection with our main stage, or final stage, really. It was a blast having that with us, getting us to the Mun. As of right now, we only have one camera right now that is equipped with our craft right now. That is really all we got right now. Maybe in our next craft, our 2.0 of our Kerbal 1 here, we will put more cameras so we get more camera angles and everything for everyone to see. But right now we are going to be starting a last warp for us to be entering into Kerbal here. Once we hit about 75,000 meters, we will be slowing down and start entering into the atmosphere of Kerbal with our Kerbal 1. As you can see, we are entering into Kerbal at a very high rate. Hopefully we won't lose that much connection with our craft here. Seems like we're losing some video feed on its entry. But hopefully our heat shield will uphold and keep our Kerbals alive. And it seems like we have lost communication right now. And pretty soon we regain, perfect. We will be seeing it a little bit dark. You do see the ocean down there below. Pretty soon you will hear our chutes open up at an altitude of 25 kilometers with a minimum pressure of 0.1 for people that want to know that nice detail. Our parachutes will open at 4,000 kilometers before it opens the parachute completely up at 25,000 meters. Pretty soon, right now, you'll hear those parachutes engaging and opening up, releasing the parachutes. And you'll pretty soon see the descent slow down once we hit about 2,500 meters. And we will come to a very nice slow down to the ocean here. So in about 10 seconds, you will hear the jettison of the heat shield from below us. As you heard there, that was our heat shield being jettisoned off of our craft. And we are descending towards Kerbal right now. This will be our very first and successful flight from Mun all the way back to Kerbal, which has been kind of a difficult challenge for us, but, well, for me. But I finally succeeded, and we are coming to the great end here, to the great bottom of landing in the ocean and recovering. after doing so many flights or so many takes here. But we don't talk about those other takes and the lost Kerbins in those attempts. But today will mark a day in history with the Stew space industry for our first ever successful Kerbin flight. And pretty soon we will have touchdown and confirmation that the pod has made it to Kerbin. Pretty soon our aircraft, our boat hopefully has spotted our pod. It does seem like our ship has spotted the pod. We will get a camera on that. As we see, the pod is coming in for a landing for its very first mission from Mun. Its very first mission from Mun with its 3 Kerbins, and will mark the day that we made history here in Kerbin. As we see the water level there. And we're coming in, and touchdown! This has been a blast trying to achieve this. We are now back on Mun here. Or a Kerbin, not Mun. We're on Kerbin. But it was a blast doing this entire mission from start to finish here. And I hope you guys enjoyed it. And we're gonna move on and call it a wrap to this. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed it. And you know what to do after everything that I've always can't have set. Because yeah, that's why. But yeah, you know what to do.